ruin Face ID, and we're going to remove the motherboard. Interestingly enough, this little plastic piece here, which actually pushes the SIM tray out so that it can be removed, can get in the way when you're trying to remove the motherboard. So you want to make sure that that is pushed in before you remove it, because it's a lot easier to get it out that way. There we go. So the power button over here connects to the wireless charging coil, which connects to obviously the MagSafe magnets, and then that connects to the volume buttons and the mute switch. Removing all of those components without deforming anything or making anything look weird or ripping a cable is difficult enough. Thankfully, I've come up with a process for removing these, but first, let's remove the plastic cover and then unscrew these two Phillips screws to free up the power button. And just like that, we can peel this back and you can see how this all works. There's this little metal shield here that hits this button, hits the little nipple here, and the phone knows that you're pressing the button. We need to peel it back though, because the connector is glued down to the actual housing. We'll do the same thing over here on this side with the volume buttons and the mute switch. And there we go. We have the whole thing peeled back. Here comes the fun part, and by fun, I mean annoying. We have to heat this whole bottom piece up, and we're gonna use a MagSafe puck to try and pull the magnets off uniformly, as well as the wireless charger. Hopefully that works. Doing this is slow and things get really hot. There's literally smoke coming out, but it's necessary to get it all off in one piece. That all worked out, but now we have to do something I don't think I've ever showed you guys before. We'll take out the new gold buttons, and these just go in like that, and the way to get them locked into place, very strange. On the old housing, we have this metal bar attached to this metal plate behind it, which we can just pop out like that. This kind of acts like a lock for the metal bar behind it, and to remove that, we need to kind of push up on it and then pull it right out. Now that we have all that removed, we have to install it onto the gold phone. This slides onto the new button like that, and next we obviously have to put the metal bar back on, which you pretty much just stretch out until it latches on. Now, I'm making this look kind of easy, but when I was a beginner, this was extremely frustrating. So if you ever find yourself doing this, you need to be extremely patient. And all the buttons except the mute switch are installed pretty flawlessly. The mute switch though requires us to actually install the wireless charging coil, which is exactly what we'll do. But first, let's cover up those cameras because I don't want them to get musty dusty. Installing the new wireless charging coil is a breeze, but the mute switch, it takes some real patience. When it finally goes in the way it's supposed to though, it's a huge relief. The bottom MagSafe magnet is also missing, so that is the first component of many that need to be transferred over to this luxury housing. Let's get started with the rest. I like to transfer components over one by one because there is a lot of screws in this device, and transferring them all at the same time increases the risk of missing ones. Doing this process truly makes you appreciate the phone you carry around every day in your hands. There's so many components to this device, and regular repairs don't usually require me to remove half of these, like this little microphone up here. The device actually has 4 microphones, which all obviously need to be transferred over. To remove the flash, the LEDs on the back, we have to basically remove the camera as well, because there's a little screw here which is holding down the metal plate which pushes the flash into place. It's pretty crazy to think that this rubber gasket over here is the only thing blocking water from flooding your phone when submerged. The LiDAR sensor is also really easy to remove. This little thing shoots out a bunch of lasers that helps your phone map distance, which helps your camera focus properly. Once that's installed, the rest of the process is pretty standard stuff for me, or so I thought. Once I popped in the rear cameras, I noticed the bottom mesh to block dust going into the speaker or microphone hole is non-existent on the new luxury housing. These housings usually come with them pre-installed, but it not being there means that I have to delicately extract them from the old housing and place them on the new one. Quite a tedious process, but nothing I can't handle. Next up is the charging port, which comes with the vibration motor and speaker. Now the motherboard can just tuck right in there, and we'll obviously reconnect everything that was previously connected. The front camera and speaker are next to go in. We're gonna reinstall the battery, and honestly, I have no idea if everything here will work, so I'm hoping for the best. We're so close to seeing this homemade luxury gold iPhone on. All that's left now is the screen, but I wasn't gonna put just any old screen on here. I actually bought one directly from Apple for a whopping $400 Canadian, because what kind of luxury phone would have a non-original screen? And the proximity sensor. There we go. The moment of truth. Will this gold luxury homemade iPhone boot on? Let's find out. We're gonna press and hold the power button. I think the case is getting in the way, so